All right, so now we have, for today's class, we are going to be talking about add column, right? And also invoke custom function. We are going to be talking about what? Add column and invoke custom function. Now, invoke custom function is also under add column, right? Invoking a custom function is also under what? Add column. So now, instead of we treating any of all this one first, we are going to be talking about invoke custom function first. Right? We are going to be talking about what? Invoke custom function first. So now, who's going to help me with the reading? Favor, please read.
Invoking a function in Power Query. Okay, invoking a function in Power Query means using a predefined or custom function to process data. Functions in Power Query written in M language allow you to apply a set of logic or transformation to your data. When you invoke a function, you execute it with specific parameters and it returns a result. This can be applied to a single row, a column, or even across multiple tables. Should I go on?
Yeah, continue.
How to invoke functions in Power Query. 1. Create column functions. Custom functions in Power Query allow you to reuse logic for repetitive tasks or calculations across your data set. 2. Open the query where you want to apply the function. 3. Invoke the function.
All right, so thank you very much, Favor. So now, before I move on, does anyone have idea what this M language means? Does anyone have an idea what this M language means? Anyone? Okay, now the meaning of M language is machine language. M language is known as what? Machine language. And you're going to be dealing with M language when you start doing data science, right? So how many of us is in the data science class, or how many of us is going to enroll in the data science class?
I am.
Who said who is that? Oh, Pampi. What's your real name? I don't want to call you Pampi.
My name is Martins Fatima.
Oh, wait, you're a Muslim or a Christian?
Yes, I'm a Muslim.
Did you call yourself Martins Fatima?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, okay, that Martins is like English name. That's why.
I'm a Lagosian.
Oh, okay. All right, so now let's continue. Invoking, now, before you can invoke a custom function, now let me show you what that means. Now, this is a function, right? You can see add column. Okay, what's going on? Come in, let me close all the information I've opened. All right, now you can see it here now, invoke custom function. Now, if I click on the invoke custom function, right? Now, on this custom function, right, meaning the new column name, let's say column 2. Now you can see the function query. Do I have access to the function query now? Now you can see I'm clicking on the function query. Is it doing anything? Is anything happening right now? Is anything happening as I'm clicking on the function query? Is anything happening?
No.
No highlights. No.
All right. So now one thing you should always know is before you can invoke a custom function, you have to create the custom function first. You have to what? Create the custom function first. Right? I'll come again. Before you can invoke a custom function, you have to create a custom function. So right now we are going to be creating two types of custom function, right? We are going to be creating what? Two types of custom function, which is what? The custom function for values, which are numbers, and also the custom function for merging text, right? The custom function for merging what? Text. Now, how many functions did I say we're going to create? How many functions did I say we are going to create?
Two.
Two.
Which are what?
If the one for value and the one for merging text.
All right. So now, how do we create the custom function? We have two ways we can create our custom function. Now, the very first way is click on new source, not just click on new source. You can see the drop down on the new source, click on it. Then you're going to see what? Blank query. Let me come again. From the home tab, right? From the home tab, you're going to see new source, recent sources, and enter data. You are clicking on new source. You're not clicking on the upper part. If you click on the upper part, this is what it's going to do for you. You can see now this is what it's going to do for you, right? So you're not clicking. If you click on this one now, probably you made a mistake by clicking on the new source, right? You can just come to cancel. You can click on cancel, right? Or you can just come to order, right? And you scroll down and you're going to see blank query. Are you all following? Let me take it again. If you make a mistake by clicking on new source, like the upper part, not the lower part, right? You can just come and click on cancel. Probably you want to go do it from the other way. Just click on cancel or what? You come to order, then you scroll down and you click on what? Blank query. When you click on blank query, you just click on what? Connect. So let's do it for it. Now, this is it now. You can see that it has created a blank query for us. Can I see it now? It has what? Created a blank query for us. So meaning if you don't want to use the query, you can just come out of the query. Now, this for the first, for the first step. Now, another step is just click on your new source, the down part of the new source, and click on blank query. Then that's another way we can insert the blank query, right? Another way we can insert what? Our blank query. Another way we can create our custom function, right? That's the second way we can create our custom function. And the third way is right click, right, on this blank space you are seeing, this empty space you are seeing, not inside here, not inside here, but inside this place where you have your queries. Right click. Now, when you right click, locate new query, not new parameter or new group, not these two, right? But new query. Put your mouse or your cursor on new query. Then you are going to see what? Blank query. You are going to see what? Blank query. And you just click on what? Blank query. And automatically you are going to have it here. So now which of the three steps is faster for you? Is it the first one, the second one, or the third one? Which of the three steps is better for you?
Right
Second
clicking.
one. The third one.
Okay, Ruth said second one, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Okay, Rosemary is saying third, Nana is saying second, right? So that's the three ways we can create it. So now on the first one, let's create our custom column for values. Now let's create our custom column for what? Values. Now, before we move on, do we all know what we call variable? Do we all know what we call variable? When assigning something
Yes,
to a variable, do you know
yes,
what it
yes,
means?
yes, yes, yes.
All right, so good. So now what we're going to do here now is we're going to start with what? Now, I won't say it. Before you start any function on Excel, Power Query, Power BI, what is the very first thing you do? Let's see if anyone knows it.
Put in your equal to sign.
Equal to sign. It's a query language. Yeah. You query it first by equal to.
What did you say? What did you say? All right, can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so now I said the question I asked earlier, sorry about that, my network went off. What is the very first thing you do before you start any function on Excel, Power BI, or Power Query?
Yeah, the equals to
Put in your
sign.
equal
Sign,
to
yeah.
sign.
Now,
Yeah.
that's correct. Your equals to sign. So I'll just come here and I'll click on what? Equals to. Right? And I'll give it a space. Right? Now, the space is not actually not compulsory, but for a neater job, you can put in a space. For a neater job, you can what? Put in a space. So now, after that, I will open my bracket. Automatically, it's going to close the bracket for me. I will open a bracket. Automatically, it is going to close the bracket for me. Now, inside of those brackets or inside of the brackets, I am going to assign numbers to a variable. Right? I am going to assign what? Numbers to what? A variable. So now, the variable I'll be adding to the first number is what? I can now say what? A as number, right? Meaning anywhere it sees A, what does it mean? What's it going to do? What's it going to take A as?
Number.
Number, correct. So now A as number, comma, B as number, right? You can keep adding more variables. C as number, D as number. You can keep adding variables, right? But if you are just working with two information, right? Just two values, you're just going to assign, you're just going to give them what, just two variables. Are you all with me? Are you all with me?
Yes, we are with you, but we
Yes,
want
sir.
to continue. We'll catch up. We are with you.
All right. So now, equals to greater than. Now, this who is that? Who is now equals to greater than is like the activation code for the function, right? Equals to greater than is like a what? Activation code for the function. Now, space. Now, this space now is what? A. Now, depending on any formula you want to give it, be it addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, is what you are going to use right now. Right? So that if it is multiplication, just say A multiplied by what? B. Meaning we are multiplying what? A with B together. Any question?
So this is coding, like Python coding or something.
It is not Python coding. If you look at the PowerPoint slide, you can see it is written in what? It is written in what? Machine language.
Machine language.
So now we are now writing. So now these are things, you are moving into the coding aspect of data analysis. But actually, this is not even a code. This is just simple thing. Like A as number, B as number. We've not started using code. Right? So now that is for what? Multiplication query. So you can just come to query 1 and rename it to what? Multiplication. Right? Multiplication. Now, we all know that this is now a what? Multiplication function. Now, let's create a subtraction function. Now, let's create a subtraction function. I won't create this. The class is going to create this for me now. The class is going to create this for me. And I just want one person to talk.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Rosemary.
Yeah, the first step is to open our brackets and it will automatically close it for us. Then in
No.
the brackets,
No, it's not the first. It's not the first.
No, that's not the first step.
yeah.
Start with equal to.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, equal to, yes.
Hold on. Everybody should hold on. Hold on. One by one. Right? One by one. One by one. So now, if you want to speak, just signify by raising your hand. You can just signify by raising your hand. Okay, Nana, speak please. Okay, Pampe, you can speak.
Okay, so we are going to use the equals to sign.
Okay,
Then we'll leave a space,
okay,
open brackets, and it will close automatically.
all right.
So a comma,
Is she correct?
no, sorry, a,
No, I don't want to use A. We've used A before. Let's use another variable.
okay,
You can actually use name as a
like,
variable. It is not a must to use just a single
okay,
character.
name,
You can use name as a
okay,
variable.
okay, tossing as number,
Did you say Tosin?
yes,
Okay, Tosin as number,
comma,
comma.
okay, Shay as number,
Shaye as number.
comma.
Okay, how many values are you
Sorry,
creating? How many variables are you assigning?
just two, just
Okay.
two, just two. So
Okay.
equals to,
Inside, right?
No, outside, a space, you leave a space, equals to, and greater than,
Okay. After that,
Tosin
okay, Tosin
minus Shay.
minus. Okay, is there any question on that?
Yeah.
That's good. Correct. Correct. Is there any question on creating a custom function? Is there any question on creating a custom function?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'll just rename this to what? Subtraction.
Sorry, sir. There is a question. Oh.
Okay. What's the question, please?
Please, because I'm just joining now. Network has been disturbing me. What are we trying to achieve, please? Sorry.
We are trying
I followed the
to
steps, but what are we?
Yeah, we are trying to create a custom function for subtraction.
Okay.
Right? We are trying to create a custom function for subtraction. And we assigned number to Tosin and Shay, meaning anywhere it sees Tosin, it's going to take it as what? Number. Anywhere it sees Shay, it's going to take it as what? Number. Then the equals to greater than is like the activation code. Now we're now saying Tosin minus Shay, meaning we are subtracting Tosin from where Shay. So now in another word, it's just like you're subtracting numbers from number because you've assigned the number to Tosin, you've assigned another number to Shay. So Edith, what's your question?
Okay, sorry, not actually a question. I actually wanted to attempt to do the next query.
Okay, you can.
Or the
Okay.
next function.
Oh yeah. So now we are doing a query function for text. Can you try? Can you give it a
so
try?
we can do addition.
No, we're not doing addition right now. We want to add text together now. A function that we can use to join text together.
Oh no, I don't remember.
No, we've not done that. I'm not saying we haven't done it.
Okay.
I'm saying, can you give it a try? Can you try it?
No, I don't have idea.
Okay, can anyone try it? Does anyone in the class want to give it a try? Does anyone in the class want to give it a try? Or should I call a random name?
I didn't get the question. That's the thing. I didn't get the question.
Now we want to create a custom function for joining text together. How we can join text together? Okay, nobody.
Can I start?
Yeah, you can give it a try. I'm not saying you should get it. Just try your best.
Okay. The beginning equal to. Then you open a bracket. Close A. Open a bracket. Then let's say team.
What did you say?
Team is equal to number, or team is equal to number.
No.
Comma.
No. It is not equals to. As you are saying as.
Okay, sorry. Team as a number.
No.
Comma.
Hold on. Number is a. All right. Okay. Do you know what? Let another person try. You at least you give it a shot. You tried your best, right? You give it a shot. All right. Let's open the space for another person to try. Rosemary. Seems you raised up your hand first before people.
Yeah. Should we continue as
yeah, sure.
Let's say P as a variable letter, right? Letter.
No. No letter. We're not going to use letter. Your data
It can
type.
be data type, yes, it's data type.
Remember your
variable
data type. Now, what's your data type for alphabet? What's the name of the data type for alphabet?
String.
No.
Okay. Alpha.
Right,
text.
Alpha.
Text. Correct. So now it will be P as what now?
As test.
Okay.
Comma.
Okay.
Space, yeah. Then O.
All right.
As test. Space as test. Okay. No, yeah, outside the brackets.
Equals to
equal to, yeah, greater than.
So how are we going to join this now?
Concat.
Yeah. Well, wait. Who says concat right now?
It's me.
Hey, Emeka, you are busting my head.
Sorry, I give up.
You give. All right. Let's Mary. I said Mary. Favor, you raised up your hand earlier. Do you want to try? Your colleague has taken it to a
They have
point.
gotten it already in our concat.
Yeah, so okay, yeah, he said concat. So how will I do the concat?
I don't know
How
whether we're putting the full concat or we're just putting the normal CON.
No, we're not. It's not like I'm using the word concat. No, we're not using the word concat. Right? It is the function, the text, the way you write out your concat is what we're going to do right now. Does anyone want to give it a try? Or I should just continue?
Now,
Yes.
please continue.
All right. So what you're going to do is P and right space and O. Can you see now? P and now this one now we're taking it as what space. Right? This is a space now. And O, meaning anywhere it says now, let's say my name is right. Josh right? Now my name is Josh. If I invoke now I can see it now. My name is Josh. Can you see it now? My name is what? P and Josh is O, and this is the space in between them. Can you all see it now?
So that space now is like the delimiter or something. I don't understand.
Yeah, the space is a delimiter in between them. So let's just
Yeah.
say,
Because in Excel, if we want to concat or concatenate, we put that hyphen up before we now put the delimiter so that the Excel can read it.
exactly. All right, so let's just rename this query to text add. So now we're going to take it as what? Text add. So now, can you all see it now? Now, let's now use what we've gotten, right? Let me change the data type to this. Now, let me now use the invoke custom function now. So now if I click on add column and I click on what? Invoke custom function. Now you can now see, we can now invoke a custom function. Now let me rename the column to what? Total, or let me just say revenue. Revenue, right now, you can see it now. Before, do I have access? Now, do I have access? Now you can now see that I have access to the function query. And all the query I have, the function query I have is the query we created first, the custom function we created, which is multiplication, subtraction, and text add. Can you all see it now? So now if I click on multiplication, right, now you can see A and B. A and B. Now inside this place now, we have column and we have decimal number, right? Column name and decimal number. But right now we are dealing with column name because we are working on columns. We are not just working with a single number. We are working on column. So I'll click on the column name, and B also, I'll click on column name, right? Now I am saying unit price, or I can say unit price, right? Multiply by the
Can you
what?
go
Unit
back
sold.
can you go back to what do they call it? Add column. Let's start from there, please. I'm lost too.
So now add column, right? Invoke custom function. Now the name of the new column we want to create now is what? Revenue. That is the name of the new column we want to create. Now you can now see before we don't have access to the function query, but now we have access to the function query, right? And we have multiplication, subtraction, text add. So now right now we are working with just what multiplication. Now you can see it now. I have column name and decimal number. Now decimal number means if you are working with just a single number, right? If you are working with just a single number, but in this case, we are working with column name. So now we have to come to the column name. I mean, I will have to come to B also and change it to what column name. Then I'll select the column name for that, which is what unit sold. Now I am saying what unit price multiplied by what unit sold. Now if I click on OK, this is what I'm going to get. You can now see the revenue. So I'll just come here and change my data type to what fixed decimal number. And I'm going to get it as my revenue. Is there any question on that? Is there any question on that?
No, sir.
All right.
So I have a question.
Okay.
That please, I don't understand how you are able to invoke the test function for the test function. I don't understand it.
But you understand for the remaining one, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. So now we assign P as text. We also assign O as text. Now we are saying P and we can say P, we can say P plus, we can say text plus text. It is not possible. We can only say text and text. So now I'm saying a P and space and O. Now that O, that and is like the addition function that is adding them together, that is joining them together, which is that and is the one carrying out the it is carrying out the function of this addition, meaning the function of adding them together. That is what and is doing. Meaning P and double quotation in between them is space. Now that space I was saying is you are giving them a space. That's what this one is all about, right? And F and O. So now automatically anywhere it sees P is going to take it as text, and anywhere it sees O is going to take it as text. Now another thing you can do, right? Another thing you should look out for. If I put in number and I put in number, it's going to work. If I put in number and number, it's going to work, right? You can now see it. If I put in number and number, it is going to work. Let me do it again. If I come to the text add and I put in another number and I invoke, it is going to add the number for me. And number, is number a text or a value?
Value.
Value. So now for you, or should I say, for you to make it only recognize text, right? Now, outside the bracket, right? Before you get to the greater than or equal, so you can just come with what? As text. You can see it now, meaning anything you have to write inside of it must be text. You can see it is still working, right? Now you can see that it is showing as what now? You can see it is showing as text. Now you can see that on this point here, it is shown as what? Text. Can you all see that? It is shown as what? Text. Now, what it's trying to say now is this 68 and 88, it is not taking them as value. It is taking them as what? Text.
Text.
It is taking them as text and not what? Value. So now that's all on invoke custom function. Is there any question before we move on?
Yes, sir.
What's your question?
Sir, the question. Okay, the question is the time you type this thing, that P and then the space, and O. Then had it been have like 3, 4 variables, you continue variable. Is that correct?
Yeah, you continue using the and, but and you have to input all the variables.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So now the next one we're going to be talking about now is custom column, right? Conditional column, duplicate column, and index column. We are going to be talking about what? Custom column, conditional column, duplicate column, and index column. So now I'll be starting from the last one up. I'll be starting from the last one up. So now let's talk about, okay, let's do it this way. Duplicate column. Now, when you call duplicate, what does it do? Now you can see it create a new column that duplicates the value in the current selected column. Meaning it's going to duplicate the column you are selecting. And you can only use it on a single column. You can't select 2 columns and duplicate them. You can only duplicate a column one at a time. You can only what? Duplicate a column one at a time. And you must always select just a single column. So if I select transaction ID and I click on duplicate column, automatically you can see that it has duplicated the transaction ID column into another column. Now you can see that transaction ID hyphen copy. Now this is a copy column. Do you all understand that now? Am I clear on duplicate column?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. So now let me just delete the duplicated column. So now the next one we have is index column. Right? Now, when we talk about index column, it means what? Creating a sequential numbers of column of rows. Creating a what? A sequential numbers of rows, meaning your numbering. How we do our numbering on Excel, right? Adding a sequential number to what? Rows. So now if I click on index column, but before I click on index column, if you click on index column, what it's going to do for you is it will start counting from 0. It will start counting from where? 0. And if you don't want it to start from 0, right? If you don't want it to start from 0, what you just do is what? Click on this arrow you are seeing. Click on this arrow you are seeing. Right? You can see it now from 0. You can see from 0, right? You can see from 1, and you can see custom. You can see from where 0, 1, and what? Custom. Now, if I click from 0, I'll start counting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I click from 1, it's going to start counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if I click on custom, now I am creating it myself. Now, I can give it my starting index. I can give it what? My own starting index, meaning if I want to start from 101, right? And how do I want the increment to be? Do I want it to keep counting? Is it by 1? Is it by 2? Is it by 3? Is it by 4? That is what I am going to impute on the increment. So now if I input by 1, it's going to start counting from 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. Can you see it? That's index column. Is there any question on that? Is there any question on index column? Is there any question on index column?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. So now, the next one we are going to be dealing with now is conditional column. How many of us is connected to our laptop?
I'm using laptop.
All right. Do you have Power Query opened?
Not yet.
Well, the other person that said do you have Power BI? I mean Power Query open on your laptop?
No, it's not. Not until I open it.
All right. Okay. No problem. No problem. No problem. Don't down that. So now the next one we are going to be talking about now is what? Conditional column. Now, conditional column. What do you think conditional column is? Can anyone guess?
Grouping.
Sorry?
It's grouping. Grouping.
Grouping.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hello?
I'm with you. Yeah, we can
Either
take it
you call
as
it, either you take it as a grouping or range.
no, you can't say grouping or range, right? If you call it grouping, I can still give you a point of grouping,
Okay.
right? Because you are literally grouping a particular information in a single point. Any column based on array, no. Now, conditional column. Which Excel function deals with condition?
Equal to.
If
Greater than.
function.
Greater.
If.
Greater than.
Ochim equals to how? From where?
If.
Okay.
If
You check.
function.
Okay.
The what?
The if function.
The if function.
The if.
So now,
The if.
automatically,
If
we are
function.
dealing with the if function on Power Query right now.
Uh-huh.
Right? We are what? Dealing with what? The if function on Power Query right now.
Oh.
So now, the new column name, right? I can give it a new column name. All right. A minute, please. All right. So now, the new column name, okay, let's rename the column to, let's say, cash token. Okay, let's say gifts or cash token. Now let's do with cash token. All right. So now, before we even continue, let's even see how much the highest amount we are having here. Okay, the highest amount is from 3,000, right, which is $3,000. So let's sort from ascending to see. So now 3,000, 1,000, 400, 500. Okay. All right. So now the conditional column. Now let's say cash token. Now we are saying if the column name first, which is what? The revenue. Now I say if revenue column. Now the next one we're going to move to the operator. Now, if the revenue column is greater than or equals to, yeah, you can see we have different operators, but we are going to be using what? Greater than or equals to. Then the value, let's start from 3,000. Now, meaning if the revenue is greater than or equals to 3,000, right? Or let's say 25, right? Let's say 25. Now, the output, what should we give them? Now, cash token, should we do Can everyone hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, should we do now? Should our company be a very high expensive company or just an upcoming company? Which type of company? A fully established and well-populated company, like well-funded company. So our cash token will be a
Upcoming.
good one. Upcoming. All right.
Upcoming.
So now, how much should we give them? Meaning, if anyone makes the revenue of 25 upwards, how much should we give them?
10%
500.
discount.
No, we are cash token, not temp. No, not even doing. Let's not do discounts. Let's do a cash token.
500.
$500.
You talk 15 naira, $50.
For upcoming $500. Hey,
Okay, make it 100.
let me know if your company is doing money laundry. I would love to join. Right? $100. Now, if I come to the else, meaning if this condition is not met, if anyone that is now lesser than 25, what should we now give them? Let's now say $1, or let's say $10. Let's just say $10. Right? Now, if I click on OK, do I need to click on OK or we should just continue with ifs? Should I click on OK or we should continue with ifs?
Let's do more ifs.
So now this one we've just done is if. Right? This one we just did now is if. So now if we want to continue with ifs, meaning if you want to give it more condition, just click on what? Add clause. Click on what? Add clause. The same thing is if the revenue is greater than or equals to, then you cannot come in with what? 1.5, right? Then we're going to give them a cash token of, let's now say $70. Add token clause again, greater than or equals to, let's say 700, or let's say 1,000. A cash token of $50. Another add clause, revenue is greater than or equals to, let's now come in with 600. Cash token of what? $30. And for the last one, greater than or equals to 300. A cash token of what? $15. And let's make this one a cash token of $5. Now, meaning if anyone does not meet 25, though, and you're on 1.5, you'll be getting what? $70. For 1,000, you'll be getting 50, 630, 315, and less than 300, you'll be getting $5. If I click on OK, now you can all see it now. Can you all see it? Can you all see it? Is there any question? Is there any question on conditional column?
No, sir. For me, no, sir.
So what did you say?
I said for me, no, sir.
All right. Okay. Any question from anyone else?
Okay, I think I do, sir. Sorry.
Hold on. If you are coming to your question, pay money.
Eh.
But you said there was no question before. Now you're saying there's question.
There was none until my brain booted.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, for the ifs, this cash column we just did. Since we're working with the if, and that one of the if that we worked with was revenue. If we're to do more ifs, and can we change the revenue to using another
No.
head, another column?
No, it's just like you're giving something. You're giving a single column condition, and you're now bringing another new column. So let's say revenue now. So let's say boy add loss. Now I can see it now. Why am I repeating? Why am I hearing myself? Let me just speak. I'm hearing myself. So now if I come here now, you can see that the payment method does not begin with, let's say, P girl, then else. So now you can now see, honestly, I don't even, this man, this girl. Honestly, I don't know that because now you can see it now. The one for boy is not even working. Don't read this for boy is not working. I don't think there is boy in this column. Okay, there is boy.
There is boy. There is.
Okay, these are the one for 2,000. Above 2,000 for boys. Okay. So now let's see what man is doing. So now, okay, now these are the one lesser than 2,000. Or these are the one lesser than what? 2,000. And for the one having girl, for the payment record, the payment method that does not start with P. Any payment method that does not start with P, we're getting what? Girl. All right, so you can add in another new column. I've answered your question, Favor.
Yes, sir.
All right, so now for the last one for today's class, and for the last one for Power Query class, is our custom column. So now this is our custom column. So now let's just give it a new name, revenue. Let's just give it like this, right? So now let's say these are the available columns we're having. So now for the custom column, what you need to do is just what? Insert. You either double click or insert, which is unit sold, insert, multiply by unit price, insert, and you click on what? Okay. And automatically you have your new column. Let me do it again. Custom column. Okay, let's leave it on custom. Unit sold, insert, multiply by unit price. I'll just double click the unit price and you can see it here. Or you type it out yourself if you can type it, but to ease yourself from the stress of typing, just select and click on what? Okay. Can you all see it now? Is there any question on custom column? Is there any
Yes,
question
sir.
on custom column? All right. What's your question?
Yes, sir.
Please?
Yes, sir. Honestly, I didn't get what you really do on that. I'm trying to figure it out. Please, can you repeat, sir, please?
Okay. Is that the same question everyone wanted to ask?
Oh, mine is different. Maybe after answering him.
All right. What's your question?
What is the difference between invoke column and custom column? What you've just
Invoke
done.
column is written in Invoke custom function is written in name language. Why custom function is just for you to select insert and click on OK.
Do they do the same thing?
Yeah, they do the same thing.
Okay, that's what I wanted to find out.
So with your question, I feel you want to start using custom column instead of invoke custom function.
I go see match it and machine. I got it.
Emeka. So to write M language, na be the wahala. Okay.
Ask Akim. They write language now. We just take our test yesterday.
Oh yeah, your data science test. Is that for pandas or for NumPy?
For pandas.
All right, that's good. So that means you'll be moving to matplotlib.
Very sure.
All right, that's good. That's good. Okay, so let me redo the custom column. So now click on custom column. Right? Now you can see that the name of the new column you want to add. The name of the new column you are adding is what you're going to rename the column as. And now you can see custom column formula, meaning the custom column formula. Now I want to get the revenue. We've gotten the revenue, right? But I just want to get the revenue again. Now the unit sold, insert, multiply by unit price, insert, right? You can either double click, insert, or you write it manually. Double click, insert, or you write it what? Manually. Right, so if I click on OK, automatically I will have my revenue column outside here. Is there any question on that?
Can I ask a question on it?
Sure.
Okay, I know that there are times you will now add if error clause on it, because if you allow it to go straight like that, it may give you error at the long run. But you now use the if error conditional statement that they should return to so. Do you have idea what I'm talking about? Because yes, it may, like at times you may come across where you must add if error language there, so as to avoid.
It is not for you can't see it here. There's not like if error. You can see if error on Power BI, but you can't see it on Power Query.
Okay, when we are already in Power BI. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
So is there any question on that? Yeah, you can use custom column to join text also. You can use custom column to join text also. Just like the way we did here, it's the same formula, right? But this one you'll be using the column name with the column and double quotation in between the double quotation space and the next and the other column you want to join. Now, instead of assigning variable, you are not assigning variable, you just be calling out the column name for a custom column. That's just the basic difference. Okay, any question?
Make una ask question. We don't come off from make una ask question.
Hello, sorry, mine is not a question. I do not have this data sets.
I dropped a website yesterday for you to get your data set. But okay, what I'll do is I'll try to send in as much data set I can to the group. I will send as much as I can.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Hello,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah,
I'm
this is
with you.
Emmanuel.
Okay.
Yeah, please. I will suggest if you can share the data set that we've used to do most of the what do you call it?
Demonstrations. You're right.
I just said it now. I will send as much data set as I can send.
No, you don't understand what I mean. Like it's better you provide the same data set that we use in the
I
practical
will,
form.
Emmanuel. I will send those ones first, and I can send additional data set that I have.
That's fine. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other question?